that.
Yeah.
But you've already started the next book, the 7th book.
Yes.
In your arsenal now.
Yes.
So what is the 7th book about?
Yeah, the 7th book is something that I've been thinking about as I was writing Essential Habits, and it's sort of a culmination of different factors. It's a culmination of, and I don't know if you've heard, Jeff Bezos, he built a clock in like the mountains in Washington. Have you heard of that?
No.
So he built this clock that, I forget how it works. I think it ticks every 1 year or 10 years or something like that. Anyway, it's a clock that sort of helps people become aware of long-term thinking. And long-term thinking is this idea of what can I sort of do now that'll help me in the long term. And so investing is part of that, right? And so a lot of people, they're really scared of investing, don't know what to invest, things like that. A lot of people hear, oh, if I invested in Google or Apple or whatever 20, 50, 100 years ago, I would be a millionaire, billionaire, whatever by now, right? And so I started thinking about Jeff Bezos' clock. There's a gentleman named, I think his name is Stuart Brands. Might be getting that wrong, but there's a gentleman that runs the Long Now Foundation, and they do talks on long-term thinking. And so essentially what they talk about is not in 10 years, not in 20 years, but in like 50, 100, 150 years, even time far past our deaths. What is life going to be like? And how is that going to impact either us or humans in general? And so thinking about those things, that concept of long-term thinking was something that I started thinking about. And then as I was writing Essential Habits, I started thinking, well, all of these habits are great, but what is the actual long-term benefit of doing some of these habits? And what are the habits that, and I'm reflecting because it's 2020, I'm reflecting back 10 years ago. If I had started something, whatever it was, 10 years ago, where would I be today? And so I started to look at the things that I'd started 10 years ago, and then I started to look at where I am today. And so I decided to write a book based on that long-term thinking. What are the habits that anybody can start right now, 2020, that'll help them in 2030?
That's amazing.
And
so what are some of the things that you did in 2010 that you sort of reviewed and like that maybe you thought about that was long-term in 2010, and now that
so one of those things was working on the skill of writing. Actually, I started blogging on and off, but probably about 10 years ago, I started blogging. I knew that it was a skill that I wanted to develop. And so I decided to just start writing. And well, look where it's led me.
Well,
here,
listen,
right? So
7 books
2020.
later and an active blog, that's amazing.